Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia, and in today's video we are going to be doing a Dollar General grocery budget challenge. My goal was to spend $50 to feed my family of 6 for 1 week breakfast, lunch, and dinner from the Dollar General. I did go a little over my $50 budget. I think it was like $53 or $54. But in the description, I'm going to type out my whole shopping list and also ways that you can actually get your total below $50. So my goal was to not use the fresh produce section. I know there's a lot of Dollar Generals that have the fresh food sections now that have like bananas, potatoes, all of that. I hope you enjoy this video. So I'm doing a voiceover on this part because there was a fan directly beside me, so you couldn't even hear me. So I got 3 loaves of bread, a 4-pound package of beef patties, then I got a package of onion soup mix, a packet of chili seasoning, a packet of taco seasoning, some hot dogs, an 8-ounce block of mild cheddar cheese because it was actually cheaper, some barbecue sauce, some jelly, peanut butter, 2 things of applesauce. I got a small can of diced tomatoes, a large can of crushed tomatoes, 3 cans of tomato paste, a can of tomato sauce or spaghetti sauce, and then I got 3 cans of vegetables. There was a can of peas, a can of mixed vegetables, and a can of corn, I believe. And then I got 2 boxes of pasta. One was bow ties, one was rotini. The only reason I got the bow ties was because they were in a 1-pound package for the same price. I also got a box of potato flakes, a 2-pound bag of white rice, 3 pounds of pinto beans, 3 boxes of pancake mix, 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese, a small thing of tortilla chips, a 5-pack of beef ramen noodles. And I think that was everything. For breakfast each day we had waffles. You could also make pancakes or sheet tray pancakes, pancake muffins. There's several things you can make with the pancake mix. I just made waffles. I don't normally put sugar in my waffles, so my kids didn't even want syrup. But you could also use the peanut butter or the jelly to top it with if you didn't have any pancake syrup. My kids didn't complain one bit. It was waffles. They were delicious. For lunch every day, you could either have a peanut butter and jelly. Well, for 6 days, there can be peanut butter and jellies because each loaf made enough for 12 sandwiches, but one day would need to be leftovers. But we had so many leftovers that was easily achievable. For dinner on the first night, we had taco rice bowls. I'm starting out by cooking the pinto beans. I cooked 1/2 pound of them with, I think, like 3 or 4 cups of water. I just wanted to make sure they were completely submerged. And as you'll see here in a little bit, they pretty well took up all of that water. I cooked them on high pressure for 40 minutes. You could also cook these on the stovetop just with water and boil them. I did not add any seasonings yet. Now I'm getting started on my rice. I'm doing 2 cups of rice to 3 cups of water. I'm also going to add in a packet of the seasoning packet from one of the ramens. And then I will add in a third of the taco seasoning packet, and I also add the can of diced tomatoes, but I don't stir those in at all. I don't know what weird thing happens, but something weird happens apparently if you mix the tomatoes in with the rice. So I did not. I just kind of patted them down a little. Now I'm going to cook those at high pressure for 5 minutes, and I think I let those naturally release for 5 minutes. Now I'm taking 4 of the burger patties, or 1 pound. I got the ones that have onions in them. If you don't like onions, you could just get the plain ones, and they'd be the same just without the onion chunks. Once those are cooked up, or once the burger's cooked up, I'm going to add another 1/3 of the taco seasoning packet. I also add the last third of the taco seasoning to the beans here in a minute, along with some salt and pepper. So that's just to show you how much cheese we use for that meal. And now that the rice is done, I'm just stirring it up, and then I'm going to add the can of corn. And here's what it looked like once we had it all plated up. Okay, so on night 2 we had a shepherd's pie. I started off with 4 of the beef patties. I browned those up, and then I'm adding in a half a can of the tomato paste. I'm going to mix that in, and then I'm going to mix in the can of mixed vegetables, and then I'm going to flatten that out and move that to the side while I work on the mashed potatoes. So for the potatoes, I started out with 4 cups of water, and I added in 1 of the onion soup mixes and 2 cups of the potatoes, and I have to add in more water, which could be, and most likely is, due to my faulty measuring skills on that second cup. But either way, you'll see me adding in a little bit more water at a time until they kind of get to the consistency that I want. I know they're going to thicken up more in the oven, so I don't want them to be too thick. Now I'm just putting those on top of the mixture, and I'm going to flatten them out a little bit and add just a little bit of cheese, because we're trying to stretch that 8-ounce block across the whole week. So just a pinch, not much. Then I will bake that in the oven for just a little bit, kind of get the topping crispy. And this is what it looked like when it was done. On night 3, we had beans and franks over rice. I'm starting out with 1 pound of beans that I fully cooked in my pressure cooker with just water, no seasonings. And now that they're fully cooked, I'm adding in 1 full can of tomato paste. And then I will add half of the bottle of barbecue sauce. And then a little bit of salt. It looks like a lot, but it's only about like a teaspoon or so, and I did not season them prior. And then I chopped up the full package of hot dogs. I'm adding those in, and I'm going to let them boil for quite a while so it'll thicken up. Now I'm starting on my rice. I cooked the remaining 3 cups of rice. I'm going to add 6 cups of water because it's on the stovetop. Then I will bring it to a complete boil, put the lid on, turn the heat to low, and cook it like that for 10 minutes. Turn the heat completely off and let it sit for another 10 minutes, and it will come out perfect. And this is what it looked like. It was so good. For nights 4 and 5, I'm making chili. So I cooked another pound of beans with no salt or anything. Now that they're cooked, I'm adding in a ramen seasoning packet, the chili seasoning packet, a can of tomato paste, the big can of crushed tomatoes, and 1 pound of the beef patties, or 4 beef patties. And then I taste for salt, make sure that it's got enough salt and pepper. The first night we had it with tortilla chips with a sprinkle of cheese. The second night we had chili mac. I just used the leftover chili, cooked pasta, and mixed it together with just a little bit of cheese. So for night 6 we had cheeseburger mac. This was the one that I was the most scared for, and it was also all of my family's favorite. So that was really awesome. So I started out by boiling the pasta from the 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese. I saved my pasta water, and I cooked the rest of the beef patties. There was 1 pound left, and I put most of it, about 3 patties worth, or 3/4 of a pound, in with some of the pasta water and all 3 of the cheese sauce mix packet things. And now I'm just making a cheese sauce. I don't want it to be too thick because I want it to cover all the noodles. That's the other half of the can from the shepherd's pie of tomato paste. And then I'm going to add in the other packet of the onion soup mix. I am saying that I'm going to put half of it in, but I put the whole packet in. You'll see here in a little bit I add the rest of it. And then I'm adding in the rest of the block of cheese. There was a very little amount left. Not very much at all, but still, it helped. And you can see I'm just constantly adding in pasta water to get it to the consistency that I want. There's the rest of that onion soup mix. And then I'm going to add back in the pasta and just give that a good mix. And we had this with the can of peas, and it was so good. There it is. It's awesome. On night 7, we basically had spaghetti. I took the other box of pasta, the spaghetti sauce, and then the last beef patty. My family doesn't like our spaghetti to be super meaty or have a lot of meat in it, so that's why I only saved 1. And as you can see, it still had a lot in it from, just looking at this picture. It was really good. Tasted like spaghetti. Nothing different. I meant to say this in my intro, but if you or anyone in your family are struggling with food, please reach out to your local food pantries or police stations, anywhere that you know of. You can call 211. You and your family and anyone else that you know, y'all deserve to be fed. Jesus loves you, and I love y'all too. I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Bye.